Florida Real Estate Broker Exam Sample Questions. Question 1. How many square feet are in 40 acres of land? 1,742,400 square feet, 1,698,840 square feet, 3,484,800 square feet, 1,785,960 square feet. 1 acre contains 43,560 square feet. 40 acres * 43,560 equals 1,742,400 square feet. Question 2. How many square feet are in 80 acres of land? 6,969,600 square feet, 3,441,240 square feet, 3,484,800 square feet, 3,528,360 square feet. 1 acre contains 43,560 square feet. 80 acres * 43,560 equals 3,484,800 square feet. Question 3. Under Save Our Homes, so, the assessed value of a homestead property cannot increase annually by more than 5% or the percentage change in the CPI, whichever is less, 10%, 3% or the percentage change in the CPI, whichever is less, 3% or the percentage change in the CPI, whichever is more. The Save Our Homes Amendment limits annual increases in the assessed value of homestead property to 3% or the change in the Consumer Price Index, CPI, whichever is less. Question 4. Broker Eve is holding an earnest money deposit. The buyer and seller are in a dispute over the funds. Eve must notify FREC in writing within how many business days of receiving conflicting demands? 15 business days, 30 business days, 10 business days, 5 business days. Florida law requires a broker to notify FREC in writing within 15 business days of receiving conflicting demands for trust funds. Question 5. In Florida, providing inaccurate rental information for a fee is considered a third-degree felony, first-degree misdemeanor, civil infraction, second-degree misdemeanor. Providing inaccurate and out-of-date rental lists for a fee is a first-degree misdemeanor. Practicing without a license is a third-degree felony. Question 6. To qualify for a Florida real estate broker license, an applicant must have held an active real estate sales associate license for at least how many months during the preceding 5 years? 48 months, 24 months, 12 months, 36 months. A broker applicant must have held an active sales associate license for at least 24 months during the 5-year period preceding application. Question 7. To renew a Florida real estate broker license after the initial post-licensing period, how many hours of continuing education are required every renewal period? 30 hours, 45 hours, 60 hours, 14 hours. After the first renewal period, brokers must complete 14 hours of continuing education every 2-year renewal cycle. Question 8. A property sells for $903,000. The listing broker negotiated a 5% commission and agreed to pay the selling broker 40% of the total commission. How much does the listing broker retain? $27,090, $29,799, $45,150, $18,060. Total commission is 5% of $903,000 equals $45,150. Selling broker gets 40%, so listing broker keeps 60%. $45,150 * 0.6 equals $27,090. Question 9. Broker Liam is holding an earnest money deposit. The buyer and seller are in a dispute over the funds. Liam must notify FREC in writing within how many business days of receiving conflicting demands? 10 business days, 5 business days, 15 business days, 30 business days. Florida law requires a broker to notify FREC in writing within 15 business days of receiving conflicting demands for trust funds. Question 10. A home in Florida sold for $195,000. The buyer assumes the existing mortgage. What is the cost of the documentary stamp tax on the deed? $1,465, $1,365, $682.50, $390. The documentary stamp tax on a deed in Florida, except Miami-Dade, is 70 cents per $100 of the purchase price. $195,000/100 0.70 equals $1,365. Question 11. A property sells for $447,000. The listing broker negotiated a 7% commission and agreed to pay the selling broker 50% of the total commission. How much does the listing broker retain? $15,645, $31,290, $15,645, $17,209.50. Total commission is 7% of $447,000 equals $31,290. Selling broker gets 50%, so listing broker keeps 50%. $31,290 asterisk 0.5 equals $15,645. Question 12. A buyer obtained a new mortgage for $103,000. What is the state intangible tax on the new mortgage? $309, $206, $412, $103. The state intangible tax on a new mortgage is 2 mils, $0.002 per dollar of debt. $103,000 asterisk 0.002 equals $206. Question 13. A Florida property is assessed at $244,000. The owner is legally blind and qualifies for homestead exemption. What is the total property tax exemption for city and county taxes? $25,000, $50,500, $25,500, $50,000. The base homestead exemption is $25,000. An assessed value over $75,000 qualifies for the additional $25,000, total $50,000. A legally blind person gets an additional $500 exemption, totaling $50,500. Question 14. Which brokerage relationship duty applies to all three roles: single agent, transaction broker, and no brokerage relationship? Account for all funds, full disclosure, confidentiality, loyalty. The duty to account for all funds applies to all three authorized brokerage relationships in Florida: single agent, transaction broker, and no brokerage relationship. Question 15. How many square feet are in 160 acres of land? 6,926,040 square feet, 13,939,200 square feet, 6,969,600 square feet, 7,013,160 square feet. 1 acre contains 43,560 square feet. 160 acres asterisk 43,560 equals 6,969,600 square feet. Question 16. A buyer obtained a new mortgage for $152,000. What is the state intangible tax on the new mortgage? $456, $152, $304, $608. The state intangible tax on a new mortgage is 2 mils, $0.002 per dollar of debt. $152,000 asterisk 0.002 equals $304. Question 17. A township contains how many sections? 1, 640, 36, 43,560. A township is a 6-mile by 6-mile square that contains 36 square miles, which is exactly 36 sections. Question 18. Sales associate Jack receives a $7,000 earnest money deposit on a Tuesday. According to Florida law, by the end of which business day must Jack's broker deposit the funds into the escrow account? Wednesday, Monday, Friday, Tuesday. The sales associate must deliver the deposit to the broker by the next business day. The broker has until the end of the third business day following receipt by the associate to deposit it. If received on Tuesday, the third business day is Friday. Question 19. A buyer obtained a new mortgage for $288,000. What is the state intangible tax on the new mortgage? $288, $576, $1,152, $864. The state intangible tax on a new mortgage is 2 mils, $0.002 per dollar of debt. $288,000 asterisk 0.002 equals $576. Question 20. Under the Florida Residential Landlord and Tenant Act, if a landlord does not intend to make a claim on a security deposit, they have how many days to return the deposit? 7 days, 30 days, 10 days, 15 days. If the landlord does not intend to impose a claim on the tenant's security deposit, the landlord must return the deposit within 15 days.